Hi guys, welcome to the new video of this particular Linux tutorial series. In this video, we're gonna discuss the command. It will be going. It is like some short session only. So the command name is which. Now, what which is a command and how it's helping us? So it help us to locate basically the executable files or the files that we can execute them. So it helps us to locate those executable files when we are running the commands related to command, you can say. Now what does it means is, if you know some command, like we already know many command like date, cal, now echo, many command we know. So if we give this command name in the front of this which, it will help us to locate the executable file that is running in the background of this command. It will give the path of that executable file. Now you need to understand before there is one important variable in the Linux. So the variable name is path. So this is a predefined variable in Linux that contains basically all the paths or all the folder name, all the path name where all executable files are located basically. Now if we run some command, let's say date or cal, or let's say xyz command. So it's like that, as a user we are entering some command, and the system behind the scene or the operating system behind the scene searching this command or searching the executable file of this command in like where OS can search this command or the executable file of this command, which location OS will search. So those locations we come to know from this variable path. So whatever the path or the folder name contained by this variable, operating system or the system will search this command name or the executable file that is running exactly behind this command on those paths only. Now there are two things basically. So it's like the date is a program or command that is stored somewhere on hard disk with executable permission. Now what are the permission? We have separate lecture on executable permissions, but you can think of like executable permission is like we the files that have executable permission, we can run them. You can think as of now like this. So this program or command is stored somewhere in hard disk in a form of file for sure. As I told you, every file, every command or every program is a program file only or is a file only that is stored in the hard disk. When we run this command, this file or this command or program will load from hard disk to RAM, and whatever is written in the program file or the file of this command will execute on RAM by CPU, and they will give us the output. Let's say date is a command or program that have its program file somewhere in hard disk stored, and it's written in the file program file of this date command that whenever we will move you to the RAM or whenever we run you as a command, you have to go to system level and find the current date and time and show it to user on screen. So date is a program or command stored in a form of file in hard disk. When we run this command date, that program file or that command will move from hard disk to RAM, and that is executed or that file is run or is executed by CPU, and whatever is written in this file or in this command, let's say in this date, it's written that you need to show current date and time. So that processing is done by CPU on the file that is in RAM, that is a program file that move from hard disk to RAM, and they will show us an output. That's why we're able to see the current date and time on the screen. Now, as you already know, if you want to print some predefined variable in Linux, then we need to use dollar and the variable name. So see, these are the path that operating system or system will search for when we run some command. So in this, these are the multiple paths separated by this column. See, and we run when we run some command, the executable file of those command will be searched by operating system in this path or in these folders basically, whatever given by this variable called dollar path. Now if I do which date, as I already told you, every command is a program file in the background and stored somewhere in hard disk. So which command will give the path of that executable file that is exactly running behind this command. And how I come to know this is a file? So as you all know, the ls command with the option -l, if we give this path with the ls option, ls will show the information in a long way because -l, and it will only ls will only show the information of files. So if this command give us any output in the form of let me enter. So see, this command is giving us an output, and as you all know, ls will show the output of or the details of any file only. So that proves that user bin date this path and the file name this date is a file only that is stored in hard disk, and this is coming in green color because it's have executable permission. That means we can run it. And from this also we see that x is there, that means executable. Now the detail on this permissions we have lecture, but I want to show you one more thing. Whatever the command we are running, the date or cal or maybe which itself or the w command, these are the multiple commands. So these commands are the like shortcut ones. When we run this command, let as a user we entered the date or maybe like cal or any command, then operating system will search the executable file of these commands on the paths. Which path? Those are stored in this variable. So OS will search, and these commands like date and cal are the shortcuts. But exactly what happening when we are running this command? Exactly that file or that executable file that OS is finding for us from this path variable, that executable file of this command is running exactly this file is running in the background when we are running some command. How I can prove you this is, if I run the date command, the date command is like a shortcut command, and when I am running this date command, I am entering as a user. So behind the scene operating system is finding the executable file that is related to this date command, and where that operating system is finding from one of these folders. It's very quick, but it's finding from these multiple folders. As soon as find the operating system found the executable path of this command, operating system will run that file in the background for us in the favor of us. But it seems for us is like we are running this command, that's why we are getting output. No, it's not like that. The executable file of this command is exactly running in the background, not this command. This command is like you can think of like shortcut, or you can like when in windows we have shortcuts. When we click on the shortcut, we move landed to the main page. It's like here it's a shortcut command, but exactly what running in behind this shortcut command is that executable file that OS will found for us. Now how I can prove you is, so OS is doing this thing in two steps basically. So when we are giving this command, what OS will do is OS is running this command in the background only, which date, and it's finding the which from which command OS is trying to find the executable file of this command from multiple folders that are stored in this path. As soon as OS is find the executable file of this date command, let's say this, OS will run this file for us as it is and give us output back. So it seems we are running this command and that's why we are getting output. No, it's not like that. OS is running this whole executable file that is related to this command. That's why we are getting output. How I can show you is like which date OS is doing this thing in the background for us. We don't have to do, and OS is taking this file, copying this file in the background only and running for us. See, getting the same output. If we compare this two, we are getting the same output. Not for the this only. So let's say I am running the cal command. So I think that as I am running the cal command, that's why I am getting output. No, it's not like that. Behind the scene, OS is running which command for us with the command name that we given to him. So OS will take command name for from us. It will put in the front of which and run for us in the background. Copy that file, executable file that is related to that command, copy the background for us, and it's very quick. It's run very quickly, that it seems when we are running this cal command, that's why it's giving output, but it's very quick in the background that OS is taking this command as input from us, pasting in the front of which, finding a executable file of that command, and finding where it's finding in multiple folders that's stored in this path folder. Basically, whatever the folder stored in this path variable, it's finding in those folders and files, and then as soon as it got the file name, it will run that command, it will run that file in the background. So because it's too fast that human eyes can't see that, so it seems we are running cal command, that's why we are getting output. No, behind the scene, a user is taking that command, pasting in the front of which, finding the file name from $path, and then it's giving us output. So that's how it will work. Even if you can see, which is another command. See, it's stored here in the user bin which, and if I run this which command, again it's running this which command in this whole file format, and then if I get date, see, I get the same output when I run the which date. So it's proved that which will help us to find or locate executable file associated with that particular command. So operating system is taking that command as from us in input, pasting in the front of which, then finding a file from the $path variable and giving us the output. It's too quick that human eyes can't see, so it seems like we are running command, that's why we are getting output. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, subscribe the channel. And if you have any doubts, you can post your doubts in the comment section. I will be happy to help your doubts, and let's meet in the next video. Thank you for this video.